Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news, all right. Folks, hold on to your hats because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the Packers and the entire NFC North race. Rumors are swirling around the league about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the landscape of the division. And at the center of it all, Derek Brown, the powerhouse defensive tackle from the Carolina Panthers. Now, this isn't just any rumor. There are credible whispers that the Panthers are considering moving their 27-year-old star in a move that could be part of a broader rebuild. And if this deal goes through, it might be one of the most impactful moves of the offseason for Green Bay, especially considering their needs on the defensive front. To set the stage, the Panthers, currently sitting at 7-6 with a cap space of around $8 million, are in a tricky spot. They've been competitive, but their defense has been a bit of a mixed bag, allowing an average of 25 2 points per game despite racking up 40 sacks this season. That stat might seem impressive at first glance, but the underlying numbers tell a different story. The Panthers' defense struggles to hold the line consistently, especially against the run. That's where Brown comes in. At 6'5", 325 pounds, he's a mountain on the inside, a true anchor who can stuff the run like no other. His presence alone can change the dynamic of a defensive front, giving his teammates more freedom to rush the passer and cover in the secondary. Brown's stats this season are solid, especially when you dig into the advanced numbers. He's registered 21 solo tackles, 24 assists, and 45 combined stops, with 4 sacks and 23 5 pressures. His pass rush win rate is impressive, sitting at around 75, and his overall PFF grade is an 80, showing consistency and dominance against the run with a run defense grade of 85. Not only that, but he's been remarkably healthy, having played 13 games without any injuries. This durability is a big plus for any team looking to add a reliable interior presence. Now, why would the Panthers consider trading Brown? Well, rumors indicate they're exploring a rebuild. Their current roster has good pieces, but lacks the depth and consistency needed to truly contend, especially along the defensive line. They're reportedly open to sending Brown in exchange for draft picks and possibly a young defensive lineman to help bolster their future. The idea is to shift focus toward developing new talent and building around their core. The Panthers' front seven has accumulated 48 tackles for loss this season, which is decent, but they're losing some of their punch in the trenches and want to reset. From the Packers' perspective, this could be a perfect storm. Green Bay's defense has been solid overall, with their run defense needing a bit more stability inside. Adding a player like Brown would immediately upgrade their interior line, giving them a true run-stopping force. His presence alone could elevate the entire front seven, making it easier for them to contain the run game of their NFC North rivals and the NFC as a whole. Plus, Brown's ability to generate pressure from the inside would complement their pass rush, helping them get after quarterbacks more consistently. Looking at the numbers, Brown's impact on the field is clear. His presence in the middle could translate into a projected reduction of about 4 points per game allowed, which in a close division race could be the difference between a playoff spot and an early exit. His ability to anchor the line and collapse the pocket would give the Packers' linebackers and secondary more breathing room. For fans who love to dig into stats, Brown's tackle for loss (TFL) numbers, combined with his sack production, make him one of the most disruptive interior defenders in the league. His PFF grades across runs and pass rushes are above average, and his consistency has been a key factor in his team's defensive performance. The trade, if it happens, would also have playoff implications. The Packers have been in great form with an 8-3-1 record, and adding a player of Brown's caliber could solidify their defense further. His ability to disrupt opposing offenses, especially in critical moments, makes him a true X-factor for any team aiming for Super Bowl contention. In fact, considering the odds of winning Super Bowl LXI, which currently hover around plus 800 to plus 370 depending on the sportsbook, acquiring a player like Brown could shift those odds even more favorably for Green Bay. His presence in the defensive line could be the final piece that pushes the Packers over the top, especially in high-stakes playoff scenarios. Of course, nothing is certain in the NFL until the trade is officially announced, but the signs point towards serious interest from Green Bay. The team's coaching staff and front office are always looking for ways to improve, and upgrading the interior line with a player like Derek Brown would be a strategic move aligned with their goals of contending for the Super Bowl. It's worth noting that the Panthers are cautious about such deals, especially considering their current roster and salary cap constraints. But if they see a good return, draft picks and a promising young player, they might pull the trigger. In terms of comparing Brown to the defensive tackles the Packers already have, his stats are a clear step above. He's averaging 1.5 more sacks and has a higher PFF grade, 80 versus 68 for the current interior options. His ability to anchor the middle would give the Packers a more formidable presence against the run, which has been an area they've been looking to improve. Plus, his experience and consistency would bring leadership and stability to the defensive line, elements that are crucial in playoff football. In the bigger picture, this potential move could be a turning point for Green Bay. With the team's strong record this season, adding a player of Brown's caliber could be the difference maker in their quest for a deep playoff run. It would also send a message to the rest of the league that the Packers are serious about competing at the highest level. And for us fans, it's an exciting prospect, getting a top-tier talent to don the green and gold and help chase that elusive Super Bowl ring once again. So, as we await more concrete news, it's worth keeping a close eye on this story. The NFL offseason is full of surprises, and moves like this can come out of nowhere, reshaping the division and altering the entire balance of power in the NFC. For the Green Bay Packers, it's about staying aggressive, smart, and ready to pounce when the opportunity arises. Because in the NFL, especially in a division as competitive as the NFC North, every edge counts. And if acquiring Derek Brown can give Green Bay that edge, well, fans, we'll be rooting for it. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Packers front office is always thinking 2 steps ahead. They're not just looking for a quick fix, but aiming to build a roster that can sustain success for years to come. If they do manage to land Derek Brown, it would be a statement move. It would show that they're willing to invest in their defense and that they're committed to competing at the highest level. Fans can dream about the possibilities, an interior defensive line anchored by a player like Brown, allowing their linebackers and secondary to thrive. It would also give the defense a new identity, more physical, more aggressive, and more relentless. That's exactly what Green Bay fans love to see, a team that plays with grit and determination, especially on defense. And let's not forget, a trade like this could also have ripple effects across the league. Other teams might be prompted to make bold moves of their own, setting off a chain reaction of blockbuster trades and signings. For the Packers, it's about staying ahead of the curve, making strategic moves to maximize their Super Bowl window. The NFC is tough, no doubt about it, but with a strengthened defense, Green Bay could be better positioned than ever to contend for the title. Of course, there are questions and uncertainties. Will the Panthers actually agree to trade Brown? What draft picks or players will Green Bay need to give up? Can they overcome salary cap constraints? These are all things to watch as the offseason unfolds. But if the rumors turn into reality, fans should be ready to celebrate a move that could define the franchise's future. Because at the end of the day, it's about winning championships, and every piece on that defensive line matters when you're chasing Super Bowl glory. So in conclusion, keep your eyes peeled, Packers fans. The potential acquisition of Derek Brown is not just a rumor. It's a story that could reshape the NFC North and bring Green Bay even closer to that coveted Lombardi trophy. The team is always looking to upgrade, always hungry for greatness, and this move could be the next step in their journey. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's hope the green and gold get the reinforcement they need to make the 2024 season one to remember. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news.